Yo, it's your gum-chewing hamster streamer, and today we're diving into the weirdest stream of the week, SpongeBob Simulator in Roblox. Yeah, you heard that right. We're running around, grinding, yelling, overthinking, and occasionally disconnecting from reality, because I'm not just a hamster, I'm a hamster with gum, a mick, and a brain full of strange thoughts. So get comfortable, because things are about to get real weird as we jump into the world of SpongeBob Simulator. While I chew and ramble about who knows what, let's go. All right, I'm a hamster, I'm streaming, I'm chewing gum, and my brain feels like it's inside a microwave. But instead of food, it's just my thoughts popping like popcorn. Bam, bam, bam. And one of them is, why is cheese just rotting milk and people are like, MMM? Fancy! Like who was the first person to see spoiled milk and say, wow, yes, let's eat that? And why does no one talk about how alarm clocks are basically acts of violence? That sound in the morning is like someone smacking a frying pan against your soul, and you're supposed to thank it like, oh great, another day of not sleeping. Also, if you've ever tried to fall asleep while thinking about how the universe has no purpose, but your fridge has a little light, then you get it. Your brain's like, we can't sleep until you figure out why clouds don't fall. And like, you think school's gonna make you smart, but then you grow up and can't open a box of noodles without feeling like you're solving an ancient temple puzzle. And fingernails, they grow. You cut them, and they grow again. It's like subscribers, you chop them down, they grow back. If you're not a loser, and people are liking your stuff. So hey, if you're watching this right now, hit that like button, subscribe, because I really want to hit 1,000 subs, and maybe then my brain will stop chewing itself. Or not. But at least someone will be watching. My gum tastes like watermelon, by the way. But at this point, it's just a rubber memory. Like when you remember summer and realize it's over, and all you did was stare at the ceiling thinking about giving interviews after winning a G. Gold medal in Olympic-level couch sitting. Why hasn't someone made extreme lying down a sport? I'd be champion. I feel like if cats had a civilization, all they'd do is lie around, eat, and silently judge everyone. Like now, but official. And then your brain's like, let's relive that super awkward moment from 2014 right now, just when you were about to drink water. Why can't we just be? Why can't we be potatoes, feel nothing, grow in the dirt? Live our best starchy lives, meanwhile, my gum is dead, and so is my hope of someone explaining why pizza gets to your house faster than an ambulance. I don't get it, but maybe I don't need to. I'm just a hamster. I stream, I chew, I exist. You're watching. You could like, you could subscribe, and honestly, if you made it this far, you're either weird, beautiful, or both. Either way, welcome. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers, and I'm not stopping till we get there, cause if I stop, my thoughts are gonna wander off without me, and they don't bring snacks. Asterisk and like. Have you ever just sat there and realized that your toes are basically like weird little faceless fingers that are constantly trapped in sock jail? I mean, what did toes do to deserve that? And don't even get me started on the concept of pants, just socially acceptable leg prisons. Meanwhile, spiders walk around with 8 legs like it's no big deal. Like, oh cool. Jerry the spider gets a full-on leg party, and I can't even find matching socks. Life is not fair. But you know what is fair? Subscribing to this channel. That's balance. That's justice. That's how we win. Because if I get 1,000 subscribers, maybe the voices in my brain will get promoted to middle management and stop screaming about why glue doesn't stick to the inside of the bottle. That's a real mystery. And while we're at it, why do noses run but feet smell? Who named those things? What kind of backwards logic is that? Probably the same person who invented silent letters. Like yes, thank you, I love trying to spell gnome like it's some kind of puzzle written by a medieval forest witch. Speaking of witches, if I was one, I'd curse people who walk slow in front of me in narrow hallways. Boom, you're cursed with infinite stubbed toes. Don't mess with a hamster sorcerer. Also, listen, why is it when you're trying to be productive? Your brain's like, let's reorganize every memory from 3rd grade right now. But when you're trying to remember what you were about to say 3 seconds ago, it's like blank void, just static, like an old TV that's given up. And why does cereal taste better at night? Is it nostalgia? Is it rebellion? Is it just because the milk is colder? These are the things I think about while chewing the same piece of gum for 47 minutes and pretending I'm not slowly becoming one with my gaming chair. I am the chair now. The chair and I are a team, a vibe, a lifestyle. And guess what? If you're here, you're part of that lifestyle. You're in the hamster cult. We don't have rules. We have chaotic energy and snack breaks. So smash that like button, punch that subscribe. I don't care if you use your hand, your nose, or psychic energy, just do it. Because once we hit 1,000, I'm getting stronger, louder, fuzzier, possibly more spherical. And you don't want to miss what happens when a hamster with too much screen time reaches peak internet enlightenment. I'm not saying I'll ascend into a being of pure meme, but actually, that's exactly what I'm saying. So stay tuned, stay weird, and remember, the moon is just a fancy rock with better lighting. And you know what else? I've been thinking, not because I want to, but because my brain just won't shut up. I've been thinking about how chairs are just floor clothes for humans. Like, imagine you're the floor, right? You've been doing your job flawlessly for centuries, holding everyone up. No applause, no praise. And then suddenly, boom, chairs show up like, hey, we're the new support system now. Rude. And beds are like the VIP lounge of the floor. You only get access if you pass out or emotionally collapse. Meanwhile, my gum at this point has been chewed into another dimension. I think it's sentient now. It's whispering secrets to my teeth. I'm not sure. I might be hallucinating peppermint. But anyway, here's a real one. Why do we all agree that when you smile in photos, that's normal? But if you do the exact same face alone in a dark room, suddenly you're a menace. Like, what if I just want to practice my award-winning grin in case I meet an alien ambassador one day? They land, I greet them with an elite-tier smile, and they're like, this hamster, speaks peace. Boom, intergalactic diplomacy solved. And I know people are out there like, you're thinking too much, but maybe you're thinking too little. Maybe thinking weird thoughts is just brain yoga. Maybe chewing gum is meditation if you do it with the right level of dramatic squinting. Maybe I'm enlightened. Or maybe I just need water. Also, I swear, if you've never looked at a banana and thought this is fruit in a built-in hoodie, then what even are you doing? Bananas are dressed better than me? Nature out here giving fruit drip. Meanwhile, I wear the same hoodie for 3 days and start questioning my life. And don't get me started on how cucumbers are just crunchy water and watermelons are basically fruit balloons. And yet I'm supposed to act normal about all this. No, I will not act normal. I will overthink everything. I will look at a ceiling, fan and wonder what its hopes and dreams are. Anyway, shout out to my snack drawer, which is now 93% empty wrappers and 7% regret. And look, if you're sitting there judging me for talking nonsense, ask yourself this. When was the last time you had an original thought? How? Most of your brain is just reruns and pizza commercials. At least mine is airing new episodes every day in HD with surround sound and unexpected emotional arcs. So yeah, maybe I'm a little unhinged, but at least I'm swinging. And listen, for real, if you've stuck around this long, you get it. you understand that this isn't just a stream. This is an experience, a lifestyle, a soft-core existential, crisis-wearing hamster fur, and chewing mint gum. This is where we explore the deep questions like, why are the holes in sponges called pores, but the holes in cheese are called delicious? Why do we park in a driveway and drive on a parkway? Who invented shoelaces? And why didn't they add a backup plan when they get tangled into chaos spaghetti? These are the mysteries. This is the journey. And you, yes you, person who somehow didn't click away for minutes ago, you're part of it now. You're deep in the hamsterverse. You're tangled in this mess with me, and the only way out is through. Through the stream. Through the madness. Through the oddly philosophical food metaphors. So, do the thing. Hit the like. Slam the sub. Whisper to the algorithm that we're not stopping until we hit 1,000 subs. That's the goal. That's the mission. That's the reason I keep talking when my gum has the texture of an ancient. Shu and my brain is hosting a TED Talk about why spoons are the most underrated utensil, because you're still here. Because I believe in us. Because someone has to ask the important questions. Like, what if dreams are just alternate reality reruns from universes where your fridge is actually proud of you? Think about it. Or don't. Either way, I'll still be here, chewing, streaming, ascending, and like, okay, hear me out. What if gravity isn't a force, but just the Earth giving you a really aggressive hug because it's emotionally needy and doesn't want you to float away? I mean, think about it. You jump, and Earth's like, no, come back. Where do you think you're going? We have taxes and mild disappointment waiting for you. And I get it. Earth. I do. Sometimes I cling to my favorite hoodie the same way. No shame in being clingy. But also, if gravity's so clingy, why does my sock always disappear in the dryer? What? It just slipped through reality? Are socks secretly time travelers? Is there a wormhole behind every washing machine that leads to the sockverse? Somewhere out there, a parallel version of me probably has all my missing socks, and probably didn't chew the same piece of gum for an hour and a half, probably lives in a clean timeline. I envy that guy, but that's not us. No, we're in this timeline, the gun-sticky, weird thought-having, nonsense-embracing timeline where I, a hamster, sit here, chewing, spiraling, streaming, and you, a mysterious human, sit there absorbing whatever this is like it's high art. And you know what? It is art. Chaos is art. Confusion is art. That moment when you walk into a room and forget why. Art. That exact brain fog, that's the Mona Lisa of modern thought. And you, my friend, are currently in the Louvre of delirious rodent rambling. And let me tell you something else. This stream, this moment, this vibe, this is more than just digital nonsense. This is hamster history. One day scholars will look back and say, yes, that was the exact moment the internet shifted. Was it useful? No. Was it genius? Also no. But was it undeniably real? Oh yes. And sometimes, in this absurd algorithm-driven world, real is enough. Real and also 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, I'm not dropping it. I'm circling back. I'm chewing on the idea like I'm chewing this gum, which now feels like a cursed rubber band someone flavored using sadness and artificial. Watermelon. So go on, help this fluffy overthinking chaos creature reach that milestone. Smash the like it owes you money. Hit subscribe like you're punching through the matrix. Because I promise you, this is just part 1. This is only the beginning of the brain blender smoothie I'm serving you. And no, there's no recipe. There's just vibes, gum, and a little bit of that buzzing in your ears you get when you stay up too long thinking about whether fish know they're wet. Do they? Or is wet just a human concept and we're forcing our labels onto a world that never asked for them? Also, why are jellyfish called fish if they're not even fish? They're like angry floating water bags with tentacles. And no job. Honestly, relatable. And if I had $1 for every time someone said touch grass, I'd buy a fake lawn and never leave my room out of spite. Grass is overrated anyway. It's just green hair the earth refuses to cut. But that's life, right? You expect logic. And instead you get cheese with holes, gum that dies after 3 chews, and a hamster on your screen trying to make sense of socks, gravity, and the deep lore of forks. And yes, forks have lore. They were invented by someone who thought spoons are too chill and knives are too aggressive. I want to stab my food, but politely. Iconic. I aspire to that energy. So, again, if you're still here, if your ears haven't melted, and your sanity hasn't logged off, then you're not just a viewer. You're a champion, a co-pilot in this philosophical amusement park ride of chewed-up thoughts and cosmic nonsense. Subscribe, like, share this with your weirdest friend, or your most normal one. Confuse them. They deserve it. We're not stopping until 1,000. We're not even pausing. This stream is a moving train made entirely of glitter, duct tape, and probably too much soda. And I'm driving it blindfolded. Let's see what happens next. And OHO, since we're already rolling down the hill of brain spaghetti, let's dive deeper. Let's go full hamster enlightenment mode, all right? You ever notice how nobody actually teaches you how to walk? Like, one day you're just wobbling around like a half-melted popsicle with legs, and then suddenly, boom, you're walking. Society's just like, yeah, cool, figure it out, bipedal chaos creature. Hope you don't faceplant into a coffee table. And what about blinking? You're doing it right now. I know you are. And now you're aware of it. Sorry, but also, you blink all the time and don't even notice. That means for, like, a solid 10% of your life, you're technically just looking at darkness. Free naps, micro-sleeps, eyelid cinema. I'm telling you, the brain is a lazy genius. Like a raccoon with a PhD. Also, real talk. How do stairs exist? Like, yeah, I know how. Don't give me a well, actually, in the comments. But emotionally, stairs are suspicious. They're just mini floors stacked on top of each other, like furniture Tetris. And escalators don't even. That's just stairs that move and make you feel guilty for being tired anyway. Oh, you're being carried, but still wheezing. Pathetic. Meanwhile, elevators are like, step in my box and trust me with your life for 6 seconds. Why are we okay with that? Just hopping into a vertical metal coffin run by invisible wires and faith. And I know nobody wants to say it, but toothpaste and orange juice, that's a war crime. Who designed breakfast flavors like a vengeful wizard? Morning, the time when your breath is terrible, your brain's offline. And some dude in history said, you know what would fix this? Minty chalk and acidic fruit lava. Together. No, I refuse. I demand a treaty. We must end this bitterness at sunrise.now. Back to the important stuff. Subscribing. Yeah, that button. It's not just a click. It's a statement. It says, yes, I to question the shape of spoons and wonder if clouds have personalities. It says, I support chaotic hamster wisdom. And honestly, if we hit 1,000 subs, I swear I'll chew a whole pack of gum on stream and attempt to explain the stock market using only kitchen metaphors. Bulls and bears? Nah, it's soup and spoons now. Also, can we admit that dreams are just the original weird YouTube videos? Like you're asleep, and suddenly your brain goes, here's a 10-minute cinematic masterpiece, where you're being chased by a sentient waffle while trying to save a goldfish you've never met. Oh, and your middle school math teacher is there, but they're made of moss. WHY. And then you wake up like, what a refreshing sleep. No, that was a psychological roller coaster. I need therapy. Or cereal. Probably cereal. You still with me? Still chewing on these weird ideas with your brain teeth? Good. because this isn't ending. This stream, this energy, this hamster-powered mental tornado is just getting warmed up. We're not slowing down until the subscriber count is so big it needs its own zip code. I don't even want fame. I just want to know that 1,000 people on this planet willingly said, yeah. I want to hear a tiny rodent with an existential crisis talk about bananas and reality like he's unlocking the universe. Because here's the truth, my friend. You can go watch polished videos, perfectly edited, with people who know what they're doing. Or you can stay here in the raw, unfiltered chaos zone, the hamster zone. No script, no logic, just you, me, and the haunting realization that elbows are weird, and we just accept that. Seriously, look at your elbow. What is that thing? A bent knee for your arm, a bone hinge. Suspicious. Extremely suspicious. Anyway, I'm not done. This isn't a goodbye. This isn't even a see you later. This is a brace yourself. Because the stream is still going, the gum is still fighting for its life, and the thoughts are only getting weirder. You're on the ride now, and the hamster's driving. Buckle up, and let me just tell you something extremely important, like cosmically essential. No one has ever seen their own face. I mean, really, you've only seen mirrors, photos, videos, reflections in spoons when you're eating soup too dramatically, but not your actual face. So, for all we know, you might look completely different and the mirror is lying. What if mirrors have been gaslighting us this whole time? What if that little reflective rectangle is like, yeah, that's totally you, and meanwhile your real face is just out there, raw, unfiltered, running around in a dimension where eyebrows are optional and teeth are organized alphabetically. And while we're on the subject of confusing human nonsense, why do we clap? Like, hey, that was good. So I'm gonna hit my hands together repeatedly to express approval. That's the best we could come up with. There's 8 billion of us, and not one person thought of a cooler system like laser beams or synchronized backflips. I feel like if aliens came down and saw us clapping, they'd be like, ah yes, the meat ones have begun the ritual of slapping their extremities again. They must be proud. And we are. We're proud and confused and hungry. And honestly, that's the whole human experience right there. Also, real question. Why do we trust doors? I mean it. A thin plank of wood with a handle. And we're like, yeah, this will totally protect me from the chaos outside. No, doors are just walls with commitment issues. I kick them sometimes to remind them who's in charge. They don't like that, but they know. They know Dono and Socks. I know I mentioned them before, but we need to talk more about socks. Why do they vanish? Where do they go? What do they want? I have a theory. Every time you lose a sock, somewhere in the universe, a raccoon gains a new hat. That's the exchange. That's the deal. Interdimensional sock trade. And I'm not mad. I just want to be part of the system. By the way, if you're still watching this stream, why are you like this? I love you. But also, what happened in your life that brought you here? You could be watching anything. Cooking tutorials, slow motion explosions, cats who meow like old men. But no, you chose this. You chose me. You chose this infinite spiral of brain chatter hamster wisdom. And I respect it. I respect you. You're built different. You're elite. You're exactly the kind of person who's gonna help us hit that 1,000 subscriber goal. And you're gonna do it while questioning why cereal mascots always look like they haven't slept in weeks. Seriously, look at them. The tiger, the bird, the little leprechaun, their eyes are WID. You think that's enthusiasm? No, that's sugar-induced panic. They've seen things. Spoon-related wars, milk floods, oatmeal uprisings, and yet they smile. We should all aspire to that kind of perseverance. Anyway, back to you. Yes, you. Sitting there, maybe chewing something. Maybe lying on your bed sideways, like a soggy shrimp. Maybe questioning your choices. Let me just say, you're doing great. You're surviving. You're vibing. You're listening to a hamster spiral into cosmic nonsense like it's a TED Talk powered by soda and existential dread. And that means you belong here. This is your stream now. This is your chaos sanctuary. And I swear, the more people that subscribe, the deeper this gets. You think this is weird? Just wait. I've got theories about pigeons being government plants, about how spoons are actually just baby shovels, about why the moon is the Earth's passive-aggressive roommate that doesn't pay rent, but still controls the tides like it owns the place. You're not ready. I'm not even ready. But we're going anyway, so yeah. Click the thing. Smash the thing. Share the thing. Get your friend, your grandma, your dentist, your neighbor's cat. Get them all to subscribe. Because once we hit 1,000, I'm unlocking a new level of hamster enlightenment. New gum. New brainwaves. New nonsense. We're building a legacy. Here, brick by brick. Absurd thought by absurd thought. Until the internet itself stares into this hamster stream and says, I have seen greatness. And it was chewing grape gum while ranting about forks. And we're not stopping. No outro. No ending. Just infinite scroll. Infinite chew. Infinite chaos. Let's keep going. And oh, nitrogen monoxide. Don't even think we're slowing down now. You thought that was the end. Absolutely not. We've barely scratched the surface of the hamster brain dimension. You know what just hit me mid-chew? Every bottle of shampoo has instructions. Instructions. For soap. For hair. Like, how many people out here are going, wait. I've got this bottle of mysterious goo. But what now? Lather. Rinse. Repeat. How many times? Shampoo. This feels like a loop. What? If that's a trap, and we're all stuck in a secret wash cycle simulation, what if we're all just sudsy NPCs in a shampoo ad that never ends? And while we're on the topic of mysteries that keep me up at night, what even is sand? Like, yeah, okay, it's tiny rocks, but that's too simple. That's like saying cake is just hot, wet flour. Sand is suspicious. It gets everywhere. It never leaves your shoes. And it somehow knows how to ruin your day with just one grain in the wrong sock. It's like glitter's evil cousin. Glitter is chaos, but fun. Sand is just betrayal with texture, and you know it's true. Also, why do we say sleep like a baby when babies literally wake up every 2 hours and scream like a haunted siren? No offense to babies, but they're not exactly sleep role models. You know who does sleep well? Cats. Cats sleep like they've paid their bills, solved all their emotional trauma, and just finished writing a best-selling novel about personal peace. I want that kind of sleep. The deep, smug, curled in a ball on a warm laptop kind of sleep. The kind where your dreams are just static, and you wake up like, yes, I am one with the void. Oh, and another thing, toast. Why is it so good? It's just bread, but slightly burnt. We took bread and said, what if we just roasted it a bit? And suddenly it's 10 times better. And then we put stuff on it. Butter, jam, avocado, if you're one of those fancy internet people. And we act like it's a whole meal. Like, yeah, this is brunch now. Excuse me, it's crispy bread. Society built an entire concept around that. That's how powerful toast is. You think I'm exaggerating? Google toast aesthetic. Actually, don't. You'll fall into a Pinterest vortex and come back a changed person. Also, if we really think about it, and I mean really think, why are we all just pretending that we understand clouds? Like, yeah, it's just water floating in the sky. I'm sorry, floating water in the sky. That's sorcery. That's wizard behavior. Clouds are just giant soft airboats casually hovering around like it's normal. It's not normal, but we've all decided to accept it. Like, oh yeah, fluffy floating water? That tracks. No, I don't trust them. They're too quiet, always watching. plotting. You still with me, still locked in, still subscribed. No, fix that. Hit the button, hit the bell. Hit the emotional reset that comes from realizing a hamster just reminded you of the terrifying majesty of clouds. This stream is... Alright, that's where we're leaving it for now. My jaw's tired, the gum's basically a piece of rubber, and my brain's gone full abstract painting. If you made it this far, you're either extremely brave or just as unhinged as I am, and honestly, I respect that. The chaos never really ends here. It just pauses until the next wave hits. So keep your snacks close, keep your thoughts weird, and remember, nothing makes sense. And that's exactly how we like it. See you in the next one. Chat